Today, a whole new set of objects with textures made in Substance Painter. Okay, so I originally dubbed this shot 31 and 32, but it just became one big long shot. It's a close-up of the door. Her hand comes in, knocks, the little window in the door opens. We see a couple of eyes, then they close, and then the door swings open to reveal the makeshift doctor's office, if you will. So, but then you'll see I have a note that it's just going to be shot 31 continued. I was thinking about maybe cutting back to the girl's face as she waited, but then I thought I would just keep with the one shot, open the door, and reveal the room. Let's go look at the shot. So once again, I made this all myself in Blender. I exported it to Substance Painter in order to add the texture to it. I may have gone a bit overboard, but I still like it. I added the little rivets, and you can see the rivets have a little bit of, it's hard to tell, but that's not a shadow. That's actually supposed to be rust coming down from the rivets. The little door window, the metal part that will open, you'll notice I have rust and scrapes going left and right on that as opposed to up and down, with the idea that it scrapes when it opens. The one thing looking at this, I feel like the edges of this window and the door is a little bit too perfect. I think I would go back and beat it up a little bit because it's the edges are so square, it takes me out of it a little bit. But let's go ahead and play the shot. Her arm comes in. I should note that's the same sweatshirt that she was wearing in the classroom, but the classroom sweatshirt is pink, and I made this one gray. This might even be the color that came with it. So all I did was change the color of the sweatshirt, and I put the hood up for this scene, and the hood was down for the classroom scene. I will also point out that the cuff of this sweatshirt around her wrist looks abysmal. It was something I had a hard time with, was never happy with it, still not happy with it today, but it's one of those things that I will have to work on for future projects. So moving on, she knocks. The window's going to open. He looks around. Now, this character, same character as the dad. I used the same rig, same skin. All I did was change the eye color, the skin texture. I gave him different eyebrows. He has hair in there. You can't really see it. And then I just took the nose and smushed it down and messed it up a little bit to make it look like a different person. But this is the same character as the dad, but just made to look different. So he looks around. You can see the light reflecting in his eyes. That's another special I had just for his eyes. I don't know if I like it or dislike it. It's something that would be realistic if this was in real life. If you had a special there, it would reflect in the actor's eyes. I believe I could turn that off if I wanted to, but I guess I liked it enough to leave it in. And then the window's going to close, and then the door opens to reveal the room, which is just frightening. I will point out the blinking you're seeing is neon lights. Before I letterbox this, you would be able to see the light fixture above, but I will go into that when we get into the Blender file. Once again, this is all stuff I purchased. I made the room in Substance Painter. Most of the stuff I made look worse than it was. The little place to change back there, the curtains, made them worse than they were. The wheelchair I made look uglier and terrible than it was. Just made it a dark, frightening room to have to go into. Let's look at it one more time. So just like the boy knocks, she knocks, emulating that shot. The only difference is the window opens, he looks around, the window closes, and then the door opens to reveal a frightening room. And we don't even see the person in there because he's not important to this shot. It's more important to see how frightening that room is. All right, let's go into the Blender file. All right, so as we look at this shot, you see I have two cameras in here. This is the camera we're using for this one, shot 31. You can see just like I took the boy and tilted his head back and got him out of the way of the camera, I did the same thing with the girl. It took me a bit to figure out the focal length of the perfect size for the door and then how much you would see in the room when it was revealed. I will also point out the wall here and the door. It's all stuff that I took from the other file, but it's just like building a set on a soundstage. I didn't need the whole alley. I just took the bits of it that I needed. I did not even take the light from above. I just took the light itself and manipulated it so it fell onto the door in the manner I wanted it to. The inside of the room is there, and then the room is just a box. I don't even believe I added a fourth wall there. Just this little section of the fourth wall in order to get what I needed for this shot. The other character is in there somewhere. Let me find him. All right, I'm just going to hide this whole room so we can see the other character. So here's the other character. You can see his hair was just a mess, and now you can see he has the same clothes as the dad character. I just took the hair, just went to town on it, and made it a mess. And then it was coming through the door, so then I just brushed it straight up and out of the way. But that's the exact same dad character. So let's start and walk our way through this shot. She reaches up and knocks. And the door slit opens. That, I just slid it out of the way. I just literally took this and gave it a few keyframes. I didn't rig it. I didn't do shape keys. I just took the object and slid it over and then slid it back. Now, on the back side, you'll see he's looking around, his head's looking, and then I just bop him over out of the way. So, and then in one keyframe, or two keyframes, I just move him quickly out of the way. I thought I used a constant where he just cut to the new spot, but apparently I did not. I just moved him there quickly in two keyframes to get him out of the way of the door. I could have moved him down, moved him up, but I just decided to put him in the spot where he could be. I think you actually see him through the slit of the door when it opens, which is why I actually moved him to this spot. So let's go ahead and see the door open. Yeah, you can kind of see him there, so that's why I put him there. May not actually show up on film. I doubt anybody would really notice it, but it's one of the things I like to do if I can. So the door opens to there. You'll notice there's no handle on the inside of the door. We'll never see it, so it doesn't matter. And then here are all the objects placed around the room. Here is my fluorescent light. We might see it in a later shot. I think I made these light up, but this is actually lighting up the room, not the actual fluorescent light. It's this light that I placed underneath it. So once again, a quick shot of her knocking, and then he looks around. Door opens to reveal the frightening room she has to go into. And that is it for this shot. Tomorrow, the same scene in a different set. I'll see you then.